Greetings and welcome to our daily walk through the scripture for November the 13th. Your readings today find you in Ezekiel chapter 29, Ezekiel chapter 30, Hebrews chapter 11 starting in verse 32 and going all the way through Hebrews 12 verse 13. Also, you read Psalm 112 and Proverbs chapter 27:17. So, do you ever, or have you ever heard people say that the bad people always seem to get away with it? Like they always seem to get away with it. Bad things never happen to bad people. Bad things only happen to good people. Yada yada. Those kind of things. Well, Ezekiel and even Hebrews chapter 11 today kind of talk about this a little bit. If you look at Hebrews chapter 11, you're continuing in that faith hall of fame, and you're seeing some really difficult things. They in verse 37, they were stoned, they were sawn in two, they were killed with the sword, they went about in skins of sheep, they were destitute, afflicted, mistreated, wandering about in deserts, mountains, dens, caves. I mean, this is not a happy ending in this, and yet you see the people that were the ones that persecuted them, and you wonder, well, what bad happened to them? Did anything bad ever happen to them? I mean, even here at the end of it, and these things, though commended through their faith, they did not receive what was promised. In other words, what they were looking for hadn't yet happened. Yet if you look in Ezekiel chapter 29 and chapter 30, you're kind of in the middle of a response that God is having to all of these countries that have spent decades and even centuries persecuting the people of Israel. Here specifically, he's giving a prophecy against Egypt, and he talks about what's going to happen to the country of Egypt. And then there's a lament for Egypt in there as well. And you look at this and you realize, and you can come to a point of recognition where you say, you know what? These things are all going to eventually be made right. God is a just God. However, God is also a merciful God, which is the reason why we are able to not get what we deserve, and instead we receive grace, which is something that's given to us that we most certainly do not deserve. We have to remember that what we have here, this is as bad as it's ever going to get, number one. And number two, even the good stuff that we get here on this earth is fleeting. The clothes that you wear, the food that you eat, the pleasures that you seek, they are only a pale shadow of the pleasure and the joy that you're going to experience for eternity. And not only that, but the pleasures and the joy that you experience now are tainted by sin. So they're not as good as they can be. So even when we enjoy the taste of food, you get it tainted still. Whereas in heaven, when we get to taste food, it's going to be exactly as it should be. Every food is going to be absolutely incredible and full of flavor and things that we never imagined. Conversely, the bad stuff that we experience now, it's fleeting. It's not going to last. And that's what the pastor's saying in Hebrews 12. Since we're surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, in other words, we look at these people in this faith hall of fame and we realize they were looking for something and they finally got it. The hope that they had been waiting for generations finally came in the form of Jesus Christ, the founder and perfecter of our faith. For the joy was set before him, endured the cross, and is now seated at the right hand of the throne of God. This is what we have to look forward to. So when you think, man, all these bad things are happening to me and nothing seems to be happening, just remember what you're getting is a Facebook profile, okay? What you're getting is Facebook, meaning that you're just seeing the best things. Just remember that there will be greater things ahead. These days that you groan and that you're weary, know that Jesus is seated on the throne. He is there now. And as a result, we will receive those things. Nobody is going to escape God's judgment except for those who have relied on the grace of Christ by placing their faith in him. Okay, that's our thought for today. We'll talk more next time.